A strange rock appeared, and just as mysteriously vanished. And during the jury visit to 34 Fairview Road in Karen Reed's trial, and I'm asking, was it a warning, a spell, a hidden ritual? Today we'll explore the forgotten symbols, the ancient spell work, and the powerful forces moving beneath this trial, and the forces most people never ever noticed. We are here together. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Lady Zelda Kelly with Seeing Crime, and today is Monday, April the 28th of 2025. And this rock does not have me baffled. I feel I've got some evidence in my own heart, and I certainly have an opinion I want to share with you. And that's all this is an opinion. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not law enforcement, I'm not an expert, but I am a psychic medium, tarot profiler, and I predict and I forecast. But in this particular situation, I am no stranger. On the day the jurors visited the scene, a rock was discovered placed openly close to where the flagpole was at 34 Fairview Road, painted simply almost in a shape of a triangle. It displayed the name Albert. It had 18 dots and wavy line. Importantly, it was not there earlier, and it disappeared later that same day after the jurors left. No one claims responsibility for it or removing it. It is quite a mystery, but I have some things that I want to share with you. Mystical and esoteric symbol analysis that I have done. The name Albert, and McCabe, but Albert was the former owner of the home where John O'Keefe was unalived. In mystical traditions, invoking a name anchors its spiritual energy to a place. Think about that. It was not in dedication to John O'Keefe or a memorial, it was to Albert. In mystical traditions, invoking a name anchors this energy so much in place that by writing Albert, there is a spell that will be reawakened for the old ownership, old alliances, and claim the land spiritually for those old powers. Think about it. This particular home held a lot of power far before John O'Keefe. It symbolically reinvited the spirit of the Alberts to control or protect over the scene and the events. I have said since I have seen that rock that it is part of a plot, but not a plot that you and I normally would think of. So the wavy lines, or the wavy line rather, symbolizes an emotional disturbance, influence, hidden currents beneath a seemingly calm surface. It seemed harmless sitting there, right? But it looked like it had a little stain on it. The wavy line here suggests subtle manipulation, an effort to push the jurors emotionally without their conscious awareness. It reflects a ripple effect, small hidden influences leading to major internal shifts. There are 18 dots, the same number as drawers. In folk magic and spellcraft, physically marking targets in a classical ritual technique is what you do with these type of dots, representing a drawer in this case, binding them energetically to a desired outcome or to the emotional confusion and doubt. It is a subtle way to direct a group spell without needing direct contact. They think they're pretty smart, don't they? The light blue. So you notice that there's some light blue. The A and the Albert, two of the dots from what I can see, and the wavy line were painted in a light blue while everything else was white. In magic, color work, as in light blue, represents calmness, emotional pacification, mental suggestion. It is used to soften the critical thinking, encourage compliance, and create emotional confusion while masking it as peace. So there's an underlying current with this blue. Soften critical thinking, encourage compliance, and create emotional confusion. So why just the A and two dots and the wave? Well, the A strengthens the Albert's claim energetically while cloaking it under a peaceful influence. Wolves in sheep's clothing. The two dots possibly could be a target to two particular drawers considered to be most or more important spiritually sensitive. The wave, flowing, emotional influence, subtly pulling all the drawers into a predetermined emotional state. A compelling, getting the drawers to do what they want. This proves to me that they're going to do or try to do everything possible to make this jury convict Karen, but it's not going to work. This is not art. I want you to know that. And for anybody who questions this, this is far from being art. This is ritual magic. It's planted for maximum energy to effect during the most spiritually charged moment, and that was the jury visit. Removed after its purpose was complete, a classic, my darlings, element of temporary field spells and folk traditions. It was a silent weapon of emotional influence, energetic binding, hidden in plain sight. In every trial, there are facts. There are focuses and forces that are unseen, and sometimes the ground itself will whisper, and the stones remember. What appeared at 34 Fairview Road may not have been meant for the living to see. So I'm just going to say this. This is a time, and I want you to remember that the earth keeps secrets better than the living do. So that ground has absorbed the energy because John O'Keefe was there. No symbol is left by accident, and all things are placed. Last but not least, the ground remembers what the living try to forget. So what I want to do right now is I have this hidden deck, and I want to lay out some of these cards. And I want to see what we can do to find out who and what is doing this and who's behind it. And I might even have a little something to help get rid of it. Definitely so. Now I have said a very quiet little blessing over these cards. They've been very, very helpful. Let's see what they have to say. I'm going to deal each one of them face down. And for the sake of the room that we have on here for the camera, I'm going to just give them a little, put them together a little bit closer. Here we have on the bottom of the deck, and oh wow, that is not good. We'll come to that in just a minute. But this is the first card that we laid out. And what is this first card? The 5 of Clubs. The 10 of Hearts. The 2 of Clubs. The 2 of Diamonds. The King of Diamonds. The 5 of Spades. And the 6 of Clubs. Very, very interesting. So we've got 2 deuces here. So we're going to read those first. We're going to read then the 2 5s. This is so interesting because the 2 of Diamonds is an exchange. And it really means a deal or a negotiation has been taking place. Something given for something taken, and vice versa. The bottom line is we have to consider and weigh the value of what has been taken and what has been given and all this negotiation. But coupled here with this particular 2 of Clubs, it's a spark of conflict. It's a clash of ideas and a test of wills. And it can indicate growth, but it also might mean friction. And it doesn't surprise me because I've been saying for a very, very, very long time that some of these witnesses do not want to testify. Now we're moving on. I'm going to put this here like this. To these 2 5s. First of all, this 5 of Clubs means that there's too many voices, too many cooks in the kitchen, if you will. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody wants to know and wants to get their own point across. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody thinks that their idea is the right one. That's better to say. And then we have this 5 of Spades lurking on the bottom. We're going to leave it like that so you can see it. This definitely means a conflict and a betrayal. And it means that there are definitely sharp edges. Now, time out a minute. That injury on the back of John's head was from blunt force or a sharp edge, because it would have to be to make a cut like that. This definitely speaks of loss, no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt, period, none whatsoever. Now we have the 2 10s here, but the 2 10s we're not going to read together. because this is at the bottom of the deck. So now we go on to this 6 of clubs. It's leadership. So someone took it upon themselves to place the rock. It was someone who others feel that they can or should look up to in order to get this done. It is a male. That kind of fooled me because I was thinking of a specific female, and I know most of you are too, and she may be behind it, but he may have placed it based on all of this. It means that it's a mentorship, almost leveling up a little bit. Isn't that amazing? Now, we come to this 10 of Hearts. This 10 of Hearts really can mean an overflowing situation, family, and it speaks of community, and can be spiritual abundance, but I don't think they're really working with the same spirit that you and I know. So, someone part of the community. Now, no, I'm going to read this one first. This King of Diamonds. This guy is a strategist. He's a leader. He's a builder. He's somebody that will try to sabotage you. He plays to win. It doesn't matter what the rules are. Money is power, and power is money. That's who he is. Take a look at him. And he's got that little word on here, occultum. So what does this 10 of Spades mean? Well, it's considered the final sword. It's considered the end, and the end of a chapter. And it feels like it is freeing. Something that needed to be done as a last-ditch effort, I'm going to say. So, what does this tell me? Well, there was definitely a collaboration. There was one person who thought about this, and the others followed. A leader. Someone wanting to put together. Someone who has a lot to lose. Someone that wants to take matters into their own hands, and who is known by the community. That's pretty amazing. I think a lot of them are known by the community, so it's going to be really hard to nail this down, but it does look like a male. Let's take one more card. I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. So this Jack of Hearts. He's a dreamer. He's someone who lives in a fantasy. He is someone who is a follower. He likes to think that he's a leader. Yeah, I know you know who it is. I'm afraid. Let's be careful. Put initials in the comments, if you will. Let's not put names there because, first of all, as you know, this is entertainment purposes only. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. We're just being nosy. We just want to see who this is. So it's a younger one. I'm kind of having an idea of who these two people are. And if they are very, very, very much involved. I can't help it. I need another card. Let's take another card. Oh, that one wanted to come out, so let's take him. Oh, there is the woman. Okay, so that is the woman behind the man. This is the woman who feels that she has silent power. Still waters run deep with her. She feels that she is wise. But you know what? She seeks the darkness. She wears the darkness like a fine, just a fine royal robe. She wants to think that she has psychic power, and she wants to let others think that she is powerful. And sometimes things are hidden in plain sight. But there is a warning that comes with this one. And the warning is, by golly, we need to protect our energy. We need to protect our energy, my darlings, from whomever. So I have an idea. I'm going to say this. I think I'm just going to say a little something, and you all can join me. And we're going to try to break this, because it is very powerful what they are doing in the undercurrent to make things happen against Karen. And I want you to know, people can laugh at this all they want to. That's fine. But desperate people who feel that they are so powerful will do desperate things. And that also includes invoking unnatural spirits, unnatural darkness to come and assist. They just don't realize that it will eventually come back on them. So this is what I want to say. By the light of the truth, by the hand of justice, by the spirit of clarity, all dark workings are undone. All bindings are broken. All confusion is lifted. The rightful path is revealed. So be it. Believe that, because that is much stronger than this. And I will tell you what else, my darlings. This will be found out. There will be something that comes through that they will find out where this rock came from and the people that did it. This is nefarious. This is meant to harm, and many people are saying this is jury tampering. Yes, it is, on the not so good side. And I'm not talking legally. This is to compel. This is to get them, because once you look at something like that, it's ingrained with you. The ground remembers what the living try to forget. Keep the faith, my darlings. Things are going to work out okay. Don't worry, because those who move unseen leave signs for those who know. Everything is going to work out, and I want to thank you so much for your support and for being here. I want you to know how much I love you, and I also want you to know that you mean so much to me, and I'm just overwhelmed with your just generosity and support always. But we ask to free Karen, justice for John, prayers for all, but these people are now bound, and the truth will come out. You watch and see. Thanks for watching, my darlings. Take care. I'll see you again soon.